Hey guys, alright, so now we're done with Photoshop. We're done with image manipulation, we're done with GIMP and all that stuff. Not to say we won't revisit it, because with our next project we're going to be tackling HTML, which is a type of computer language used in website design. Understand that HTML is just the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of different types of web coding out there for you to learn if you find interest in this, but I wanted to start off with doing some web design because I think it's probably the easiest coding out there, and it also gives you a nice quick return to make you feel pretty comfortable and powerful in the ability that you have to code. So what I've got right here on the screen is a simple Notepad document. This kind of stuff you can just grab by doing a search in your Start menu on a Windows or even on a Mac. You can grab a Note document there. We're going to be writing all of our code directly into this. Now, there are programs out there like Dreamweaver that are known as a WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get. In the WYSIWYGs, they allow for smoother, quicker movement of images and tables and all sorts of stuff that you're going to learn about pretty quickly on. But for today and for the sake of this week and a half lesson, we're going to be just talking about some code using Notepad. So I've got this weird code right here, and I want to explain to you what it all means. So to do that, I'm going to delete it out. So I've opened up my Notepad document, and the very first thing I need to do is tell the computer, whenever it goes to read this code, what type of code it is. Again, there's lots of different types out there. There's Java, JavaScript, Python, DHTML, which we'll get into eventually. There are C++, Java, I mentioned that. What else? A whole bunch. Visual Basic if you want to get into computer programming, actually games, and we're going to get into game design later on in the year as well. But for the sake of right now, we need to tell the computer that we are teaching it, or telling it to talk in HTML. So I need to do this little open caret, and that's down by the letter M on your keyboard. I'm going to tell it HTML, and then I'm going to do a close caret, or close bracket. What those brackets basically do is they kind of encapsulate this is the code that we're actually using, okay? So you got to make sure that you have those. If those are missing, then the code isn't going to read properly. So the computer is going to read this, the very first line. It's going to say, okay, everything from this point on is going to be HTML code. I know what's going on, and now I can start to display things on the internet. So I'm going to enter down here and do another code. The next code is going to be called a head or header. What that's going to be is we're going to sneak little bits of code in there later on. If we want something to address the entire body of the actual piece, if I said to myself, well, I need to add maybe a title to the website up by the URL bar, I can add it in here, and we're going to tackle that stuff a little bit later on. So we've opened the head tag, and now we need to close the head tag. To do that, I'm going to write the exact same thing, only this time I'm going to do a slash, again, the one down by your little carets there, slash, and the word head. So I've said, okay, open head and close head. So there's nothing really inside of the head, and that's okay. That's how I feel all the time. Then we need to move down. So we've done the head. Now we're moving to the body of the piece. So I'm going to do open tag and the word body. So the body is going to be kind of the visuals of the actual website, where the text goes, where your images go, where your composition and your layout goes, where everything's going to be plugged in. So I'm going to enter, and I'm just literally going to write, hello, this is my first website, period. Okay? That's it. So now I want that text to appear. But again, I've opened my body tag. I now need to lock it back down and close my body tag. So I'm going to do, again, little tiny caret, that bracket, the word body, and close it. But I need to close this tag, so I need to add, I need to add a little slash mark right there. Okay? So I've opened the body, and now I've cut it down. The last thing I need to do, if you think about it, every tag that we've added in here, every bit of code, we have open head, close head, open body, close body, but I've got an open HTML, but I haven't told the computer to stop reading HTML, and I want to help the computer out. So again, little caret slash HTML. So now I've told the computer to begin reading HTML. Here's the header, nothing really to worry about there. Move on to the next one. Here's the body. Inside the body, display this line of text, and close that up. Close up the whole file, nice and pretty. That's it. Super simple. So now all we need to do is save this. Now, normally if you've ever typed on a Notepad document and you do save as, it will automatically save it as a Notepad document or a .rtf or .txt. What I need to do real quick is I'm going to find my folder here. Let's see. HTML. I'm going to keep everything in my HTML document, and you should too. That way your pictures and things don't get too lost. So I'm going to save it directly into this folder, only I'm going to name it Let's see, what can I name it? So this is my first website, so I'll just name it website, easy enough. But I need to literally type, so the computer knows, I need to type .html. If I don't type that, then it will just put .txt or a text document at the end, and it'll let me read it, but it won't let the computer read it. By typing .html, I'm telling the computer again, hey, this is not a normal document, something is happening with this. So I'm going to save it. There we go. And notice here's my folder, my HTML folder, and there is my file. Notice that it's got a little icon for the internet there, because the computer already knows by having that .html on the end, it knows, oh, this is for the internet. So what's nice is I can go through just by double-clicking on it, and there's my brand new website ready to go. Now notice, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but that text is right there. I wrote that. You wrote that. And what's neat, now that I've got this loaded up, I can start to edit with it. So say, for example, website, that should be one word, and after that I want to enter down, and I want to add, I don't know, what could I add? I could add thanks. Oh geez. Thanks for stopping by. Should never end on a preposition. So there you go. So now I've got this enter. It says thanks for stopping by. I'm going to save it. So I go to File, Save. Although you see there, if I do Control S, that keyboard command, that'll save it too. So I'm going to do just that. Control S. So I've saved it. And go over to my internet here. I can hit that refresh button, and there's my new text. It's right there, but it's not entered. So what I need to do is increase my knowledge of HTML, and we're going to use a new tag. I'm going to introduce it to you right now. Where I want that enter to be, I'm going to do an open caret, the letters B, R, and a close caret. What that stands for is a line break. It means literally to enter, but I need to tell the computer that. And that's one thing that you're going to learn as we talk more and more about HTML, is the importance of telling the computer exactly what you want it to do. A lot of times I think we can feel like the computer might be against us, that it's going to mess up, that the computer's out to get us, and it's not. The computer knows nothing unless we tell it exactly what to do. So we're going to do just that. Other things we can learn along the way are some other fun little factoids. So say, for example, at the end of here, maybe I want to put like a cool line going across my entire page. Like a big ruler, like I took a ruler and I drew a line, so that line is horizontal, so it'll be a horizontal ruler, or HR for short. So I've got this text and then an HR. Let's save it and let's see what it looks like. Well, there's my enter. That's what I wanted. There's my horizontal rule, that cool line right there. It looks pretty neat. Now again, this is the best website ever? No, but it's better than MySpace. So that being said, that is your very first website. And that's it. So remember, things to think about whenever it comes to making your website. You have to open and close using this little backslash. We go from HTML to the head to the body, and then if you want to have a line break, you type BR. If you want to have a cool line drawing straight across, a horizontal ruler, you do HR. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you posted next time. We'll learn some more code in about a couple days. See ya.